the input and output impedance of the common drain circuit, and in this diagram we have drawn the small signal equivalent circuit of the common drain circuit for finding out the output resistance. And if you have to be observe the input network of this particular circuitry, there is a parallel combination of R1 and R2, that is nothing but a biasing resistor that would be contribute the input impedance of the common drain circuit. Even though the input impedance of MOSFET is infinite, this biasing resistor would be provide a loading effect, and because of that input resistance of the this amplifier would be become finite. Okay, and this would be equivalent to the R1 parallel R2. Even though if you have to be see compare all this configuration, common gate, common source and common drain, this would be having common drain circuit having the highest value of input resistance. Now we have to be see the procedure to determining the output resistance. So if you have to be see here in this particular circuit, what is the procedure for finding out the output resistance? So I think now you are very much familiar how to draw the small signal equivalent circuit, and this circuit we have already seen in the last lecture when we have deriving the voltage gain expression for the common drain circuit. Here also you have to be see, first of all you have drawn the small signal equivalent circuit of the MOSFET, that is depending current source GM VGS. The direction of current shows that output voltage produced by common drain circuit is positive. In the case of common source it is always a 180 degree out of phase, but in the case of common drain it will be always in phase with the input signal. That's why the direction of current is opposite. Then this is the RS source resistor, because we are taking the output across the source terminal. So output voltage would be calculated here on the source terminal. This is the source terminal here. Okay, and this is the finite output resistance of MOSFET, and this is the drain terminal. You can consider that is a common or grounded, and here somewhere it is a gate terminal. Now here basically we calculate the output voltage, but for finding of the output resistance, what changes we have to be do? First of all the independent AC voltage source would be made 0, and here only one AC voltage source, that is VI, so it would be considered as a short circuit to finding out the network for determining the output resistance. So whenever we have to be determine the output resistance, always keep the input voltage source 0, and when it is 0 means it is a short circuit. Now we have to be connect a test voltage, that is called the Vx, at the output network, because we are finding the output resistance. So we have to be connect a test voltage source Vx across the output terminal, and that would be generate a test current, that is Ix, and from this particular terminal we have to be calculate the output resistance R0. Now see the description. Parallelly you have to be also draw the circuit diagram, otherwise it would be very difficult in future to remember all these facts. Okay, and this circuit is similar as we have drawn the small signal equivalent circuit in the last lecture. Only the difference is that we have omit the input voltage source by a short circuit, and we have connected a test voltage source at the output terminal. Now see the description of the circuit. We have already independent small signal source is 0, apply a test voltage across the output terminal and measure the test current. So if you have to be see in the diagram 38, the circuit would be used to determine output resistance of the source follower. Of which circuit? This is this small signal equivalent circuit is used to determine which particular circuit output resistance source follower. This source follower circuit. If you have to see the diagram, this is the source follower. For this circuit, we are determining the output resistance. Okay. So output resistance would be considered on which particular terminal? Source terminal. Here we have to be calculate the R0. Now, as we have already made the independent small signal source as 0, that means Vi is 0 here, and we have applied a test voltage Vx. So since there are no capacitance in the circuitry at the output network, the output impedance would be same as the output resistance. There is no difference between the output impedance and output resistance here, and that is defined as what? R0 is equal to Vx upon Ix. Okay. As per the circuit diagram, you have to be see. This is R0 is equal to what? Vx upon Ix. Okay. Now we further elaborate this. Now we are going to write a KCL equation at the output source terminal, where you have to be see. This is the output source terminal. Here we have to be write the KCL equation. So what is the KCL equation? Says that the sum of incoming current is equal to the sum of outgoing current. That is also one of the way to define the Kirchhoff's current law. So here, how many currents are incoming currents? How many incoming currents are here? There are the two incoming currents are here. So which are these two incoming currents? You have to be see. One is GM, VGS, that is coming to this node, source node. Another is IX, that is incoming to this particular source node. Means summation of IX plus GM VGS is equal to outgoing currents are what? The voltage across this terminal is Vx upon Rs. This is the current. Second one is Vx upon R0. So these two are the outgoing currents. We can write here Ix plus GM VGS is equal to Vx upon Rs plus Vx upon R0. Since there is no current in the input portion of the circuitry, so can we consider Vgx is equal to minus Vx? Yes or no? Look up this circuitry and see the input network. As we have made the Vi already 0. Okay. So can we say here Vgs is equal to minus Vx? Can we say that Vgs is equal to minus Vx? How it would be see there? See, here there is 0 current. I is equal to 0 here. So there is no voltage drop here across this resistor. Means there is no potential drop across this resistor. So can we consider whatever the voltage at this node, that is actually 0 or ground, the same voltage appeared here, that is grounded, means there is no voltage drop here. So if you would be it would be omitted from the diagram. It does not make any effect when we are considering the input voltage. Now VGS, if you have to be see, negative polarity is at the top and this positive is connected to the ground side. So can we consider like this? This is your VGS. This is your VGS like this. So the polarity, the parallel network are same, but polarity of VGS is opposite of the VX. So in this way, we can say the VGS is equal to minus Vx. Okay. So when you have to put up in the equation number 1, VGS equal to minus Vx, then it is equal to Ix is equal to Vx upon Rs plus Vx upon R0 plus Gm Vx. And we have to take the Vx as a common. So equation number 9 would be generated. Now again modify this equation. Ix upon Vx is equal to, that is nothing but a inverse of output resistance R0, that is Vx upon Ix actually. So here we can read 1 upon R0 equal to Gm plus 1 upon Rs plus R0. So can anyone tell me what the information coming out from the equation number 10? Please unmute you and tell me the answer. R0 is basically what? If you have to be see the equation number 10, so what is the R0? It is a series combination of these three terms of parallel combination. It is a series combination of Rs, R0, Gm or a parallel combination. Anyone can answer? Okay. If you have to see, consider a simple resistive network where the two resistors are in parallel. Suppose there is a very simple network where the two resistors are parallel to each other, like R1, and here suppose there is another resistor R2. So what is the equivalent resistance of this? R equivalent is, how we find out this equivalent resistance? I do not require formula. It is 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Okay. This is the way to find out the equivalent resistance. Then finally it would be come as R equivalent is equal to R1 into R2 upon R1 plus R2. In the similar fashion, in the equation number 10, here it is mentioned as 1 upon R0, 1 upon R0 is equal to 1 upon Rs plus 1 upon R0 plus, we can consider it as 1 upon Gm. So it is what? Output resistance R0 is equal to 1 upon Gm parallel Rs parallel R0. So from the diagram 38, and we can see that the voltage VGS is directly across the current source VGS. This means what? The effective resistance of the device is 1 upon Gm. 1 upon Gm across the current source. And the output resistance can therefore be written directly in the equation number 11. And this result shows that resistance looking into the source terminal is nothing but 1 upon Gm. Okay. So in this way, we can calculate the output resistance that we have already defined in the equation number 11 for the common drain circuitry or source follower circuit. So that is all about the description of common drain configuration, or it is also called as a source follower circuit because output follows the source terminal. So what are the important features we have to become to know here? First of all, voltage gain is always less than unity. Second, input resistance is highest among the all configuration made by the MOSFET. Output resistance is lowest among the all configuration available in the MOSFET. Means as compared to common source and common gate, its resistance is output resistance is very low. Okay. Now in this way we have covered all the configuration that we have to be required to learn in this syllabus, that is common source and common drain. I would be see you some comparison table in the next lecture also. But now we have to move to the next topic, and this is very important topic. It is related to the MOSFET. It is not related to any configuration. It is applicable to all configurations. So non-ideal current voltage characteristics. And this topic is very much important because it would always ask in the examination. So there are various non-ideal characteristics we have to learn one by one. In ideal case, what happens when the MOSFET is biased in the saturation region, the drain current is independent of the VDS. We have seen the graphical relationship between the drain current and the drain to source voltage. So what we have observed there, ID is independent of VDS in the saturation region, because at the saturation region curve is flat or parallel to the x-axis. So how much the value of VDS you would be increased, your ID would be remains constant. That is the ideal condition. But when you have to draw the practical IV characteristics or actual ID versus VDS characteristics, then it would be result in non-zero slope beyond the saturation point. Means ID is not completely independent of drain to source voltage. This is the diagram. In the figure 39 we can see that this is the actual MOSFET ID versus VDS curve. ID versus VDS curve. Okay. And here you can see after this bending we consider the region of saturation region. And this is the actual or practical current and voltage relationship. You can see instead of the parallel line or flat curve, there is some slope is there in practical cases. Means ID is now depending on the VDS somehow, not completely but somehow. Okay. So in the practical cases, ID depends upon the VDS. And in the saturation region means the condition when VDS is greater than VDS set. Okay. So actual point in the channel at which the inversion charge goes to 0 moves away from the drain terminal. If you remember, when we have learned the operation of the N-channel E MOSFET, at that time we have seen that when you increase the drain to source voltage beyond the pinch off voltage, the inversion point or actual point in the channel would be start to shifting leftward. If you have not remember, we would be see again. So this is the diagram we have used in the case of, see, we have to visit the two diagrams. In this first case, this is the pinch off point, and here your VDS is equal to VDS set. Okay, so till it is not entered into the saturation region, it is in the boundary of non-saturation and saturation, and at that time your channel is uniform. Okay, and it is terminated at the drain terminal, and your curve ID versus VDS is like that, and at this point your curve would be start to bend, and this is the VDS set, pinch off point. Now, and condition is VDS equal to VDS set. Now, when you start to increase this VDS is greater than the VDS set, then this point, actual point in the channel would be start to shift from the drain terminal to this particular point. And because of that, what happens? The channel is moved away from the drain terminal because of this condition. So your ID versus VDS curve would be start to become flat. That is called the saturation region. Now your ID would be become independent of the VDS in the ideal condition. Okay. Still the current is flowing, but it is remains constant. It does not increase. So if you have to be see the same relationship, so this process is what? The shifting of the pinch off point from the drain terminal to somewhere in the channel, midway of the channel, between drain to source. It is called the channel length modulation effect, because your length of channel is decreases. It is called the channel length modulation effect. Now see, the same idea is used here. So as the inversion charge goes to 0, moves away from the drain terminal, the effective channel length decreases, producing the phenomena called the channel length modulation. So this is non-ideal characteristic, channel length modulation effect. Okay, and it would be responsible further for a non-ideal parameter also. So on the basis of this phenomena, we have drawn the ID versus VDS curve showing the effect of the channel length modulation. Means and because of channel modulation, your MOSFET would be producing the finite output resistance. Okay, and because of their finite slope is available here. In the ideal case, slope is infinite. Because of that, R0 is infinite. But as here it is a finite value, we are getting the finite output resistance. And one more thing you have to be observed in this particular graph, we have exaggerated this particular curve on the back side. We have exaggerated this curve to the back side, and when you would be extrapolate this curve, it would be meet to one common point. And here in this particular axis, this is the axis of what? VDS. But here it is left hand side of the 0, so it is minus VDS axis. So all the curves, when it would be exaggerated, it would meet to a common point, that is called the minus VA. Because actually VA is a positive quantity, but VDS is negative. So we have to see further. So the curve has been extrapolated so that it would be intercept the voltage axis at VDS equal to minus A, or actually you can say minus VDS equal to VA, because VA is a positive quantity. It is just like a early voltage we use in the BJT. Similarly here this is a early voltage you can say for the MOSFET. And the slope of this curve in the saturation region can be described by what? Expression of change in the ID versus change in VDS for n channel device. So when the channel and modulation effect would be happened here, the current equation would be changed. So what is the current equation? The current equation would be Kn VGS minus VTN whole square into 1 plus lambda VDS. What is the lambda? It is the channel length modulation parameter, and again it is a positive quantity. So VA and lambda both are positive quantity. Only here VDS is negative. Remember. So the parameter lambda and VA are now it would be related to each other. How it would be related? From the previous current equation, if 1 plus lambda VDS is equal to 0. Why 1 plus lambda VDS is 0? I have selected CS. This would be clear from this graph. When you would be exaggerate this particular curve, this all curves would be meet at a common point, and at this point, what happens? ID is 0, and as the ID is 0, means what? The equation for the current ID is equal to Kn VGS minus VTN whole square 1 plus lambda Vs. It would be become 0, as the ID is 0. So it was 0. So it would be remaining only 1 plus lambda VDS equal to 0. In this way, we have to be got VDS is equal to minus 1 upon lambda. And through the graph, we have seen that VDS is equal to minus VA. So minus VA is equal to minus 1 upon lambda, and it would be become VA is equal to 1 upon lambda, because both are positive, only this is negative. Now we have to find out the finite output resistance due to this channel length modulation. It is defined as R0 is equal to the rate of change of drain current with respect to rate of change of VDS whole inverse. Why we have taken? Actually, the formula of R0 is what? Formula of R0 is like this: rate of change of VDS upon rate of change of ID. This is the actual formula. But in the MOSFET, we generally define the current equations. That's why we have reversed the equation here, and we have written like this. And in this whole case, VGS is equal to VGS constant value. Now, from the current equation, the output resistance would be at the Q point is what? Take a differentiation of ID of equation number 1. So it would be become lambda Kn VGS minus VTN whole square to the power minus 1. That means what? R0 is equal to 1 upon lambda Kn VGS Q minus VTN whole square. That is, it is lambda IDQ to the power minus 1, or R0 is equal to 1 upon lambda IDQ. Okay, and that would be 1 upon lambda means what? It is VA. So you can also write the finite output resistance as VA upon IDQ. So either you can use this formula to define this, either you can use this formula, either you can use this formula, or you can also use the equation number 3. All formulas are correct for determining the value of R0. If in the numerical it is asked to find out the R naught, you have to be used any of the relationship as per the value given in the numerical. Okay, students, for today we have to be bind up here. The remaining non-ideal characteristics like body effect, subthreshold conduction, temperature effect, breakdown effect, we would be covered in the next lecture. Now the time is very much less, so we have to be left here for today. Okay. Now everyone fill the attendance on the Google form. It would be remains active up to the 12:40. If anyone has any query, you can ask me. No one has query? Okay.